Hello everybody, it's Gary Hallican here, and I know it's been a little bit since I've had a car kit for you to look at, but I'm back with a really cool one to look at today. So we were looking at the fourth movie car in the LEGO Speed Champions series, and the third Fast and Furious car that they've done. So this is the brand new Walmart exclusive kit of Suki's Honda S2000 from Too Fast, Too Furious. So it's Walmart exclusive in stores, I think, but you can also order it on the LEGO store online. So this car is prominently featured in the opening race of Too Fast, Too Furious with the bridge jump. And so it should go really well with Brian's GTR, and I will be comparing it with that one later on in this video. Some people might think this is a little bit of an odd choice for them to go with for their next Fast and Furious car. But fans of the series really like this one, and it definitely stands out with its pink colors and the anime artwork and stuff like that. So it will definitely be a standout car in your collection. This one's going to come with a Devon Aoki minifigure, so that should be really cool. The only potential problem I can see with this one is that it's probably going to be very sticker heavy. So you see here, there's artwork on almost all sides of the car. So there's probably going to be a lot of stickers going on with this one. So that's going to involve trying to get them all very carefully placed so that the design all lines up correctly here. But if we look at the rest of the box, we've got side view of the car on the top there. And we look on the back. As usual, you've got one photo of the real car. I think this is either a 2000 or 2001 Honda S2000. I saw different things on different websites, but it's right around there. And then we have a picture of the kit. One of the really cool details here is we're going to get the computer screen that she has in the interior of the car there. So that should look really cool. All right, well, let's go ahead and open this up and see what we get. So we've got a car base piece, like most of the Speed Champions cars have. And we have bag number one, pink, dark gray, some other colors there that probably go on the interior somewhere. We have bag number four. So it looks like this one is split up into more bags. Usually I think the Speed Champions I've done before have only come in 2 bags. There's bag 3. Bag 2. And there we go. So 4 bags of parts and then 1 bag with the hubcap pieces there. Here is the sticker sheet. So yes, it is pretty extensive sticker sheet. And I hope that the colors will match well. On first impression, it looks like the pink of the pieces might be a little bit darker than the pink of the stickers. However, I've just noticed here, there are some printed pieces. So it looks like the main design of the anime girl on the side of the car is at least partly made up with printed pieces. So that's pretty excellent. Looks like there's the computer screen piece right there, and it's also printed. So that is really excellent. Okay, and then we have the manual. Feels pretty thick for one of these. There's our minifigure there. And so on with the manual. All right, so I will build this one and I'll get back with you and show you what we get. Okay, so we're back with our complete Honda S2000. And before we look at the car, let's look at the minifigure. So here we have Suki, as played by Devon Aoki. And I think it captures her outfit pretty well. It's a pretty unique early 2000s sort of outfit. However, I think the printing on the torso should be brighter. You can see there the skin tones don't match from the torso to the other pieces. However, the torso is printed on the back, which is good. And you can see there she has an alternate expression, so we can turn the head around and give her a different expression if we want to do that. And of course, every Speed Champions minifigure comes with a wrench. So overall, pretty good for the minifigure. So, for the car itself, there are a lot of good things going on, and there's one sort of egregiously bad thing going on. See if you can spot it as the car goes around here while I talk about the other things. So, the build on this took close to an hour and a half. It wasn't very hard or anything, but there was definitely a few spots where you will say to yourself, I'm not sure how this makes sense, but I must trust the process. But it does work out in the end, of course. And there are a lot of stickers to add onto this one, so that adds on to the build time. But overall, the build is nothing difficult or anything like that. So as far as the good stuff, this car really has a lot of detail, which is really nice. So if we look on the bottom, we do actually have some clear pink pieces that indicate where the neon lights would be on the bottom. So that is some good detail. And then the interior is very detailed. My thinking is that perhaps since this was a convertible, they figured they needed to put a little more detail into the interior. But it's good that they did because there's some good stuff going on. We have a printed piece for the speedometer. And we have the best piece in the kit, which is this printed piece for the computer screen. So it actually does say Suki on there and has the picture on there. So that looks really good. And there are actually two of each of these pieces of the speedometer in the computer screen in case you were to lose one. These gauges in the center here are just a sticker. But we do have a nice silver gear shift. You can see in there. I think the piece for it is actually a microphone, but looks good in silver. And the seats look pretty good. So we have very nicely detailed interior. And this actually has some engine detail in there that gets completely hidden. So I will put a picture of it up here so you can see it. So you see there it's got a dedicated sticker for the engine, but that detail gets completely hidden. And there's really no way to access it. It's not meant to be accessed. The hood doesn't open and it's made of several different pieces, so you couldn't really get to it. It's more just a Easter egg, I guess, for while you're building it. The other good detail on this is it has a lot of printed pieces, which look really good. So on each side, these two pieces with the main design of the girl, those are printed. And these two pieces right here, and I showed you the ones in the interior already. And then the headlight pieces, those are printed as well. So we've got a lot of good printed pieces going on. So like I said, the detail on this is really nice, I think. As far as the shape of the actual car, I think it does a pretty decent job. I think it's recognizable. It would have to be curvier than Lego blocks allow to really get the true shape of the car. I think maybe the main issue is that on the front end here, the grille should be set back a little more, and the top and bottom pieces jut out a little more based on the pictures. But otherwise, I think pretty okay. I think this is it right here. You see on the VHS tape there. So it's not bad. It's, I think, definitely recognizable. So a lot of good things going on. So did you spot what is the worst thing about this kit? And if you didn't spot it, you can definitely see it right here. It is that all of these stickers, which there are a lot of them, do not match in color. You can see here that the stickers are significantly lighter pink than the pieces. And you can see it, really see it here on the hood. You can definitely see it if you compare the printed pieces on the side to the stickered pieces. And so that was kind of a big letdown there. With a car that is as sticker heavy as this one, I wish that the colors matched a lot better. You can see here, you know, this is a different color, right, than the rest of the pieces there. And so I don't know if maybe they could print these designs like on a clear background. Maybe that would solve the issue, but that might be more expensive. That might add to the cost of it. It's also possible that this is just a quality control issue. I haven't seen anybody else's review on this car. It's possible that you might buy one and you get one where the printing is better and the stickers have a darker pink. But at least for mine here, you can see the stickers don't really match at all. And so that drags down what is otherwise, you know, a very striking looking car here. Okay, so let's see how Suki fits into it. I generally have much less trouble getting the minifigures into real Lego cars than I do into some of the unlicensed ones you may have seen in my other videos. So it looks like, if you get her in here. Oh, I knocked the steering wheel off. Probably best we take the windshield off. The windshield is a printed part too. So there we go. If we put Suki in first and then put the windshield back on, she fits in there. No trouble at all. So that's good, and that looks good. All right, let's do some comparisons next. Okay, for comparisons, here is Brian's Nissan GTR. So, of course, these cars are featured in the same race scene in Too Fast, Too Furious. So it's great to have them together. And they look pretty good together. I think they scale fairly well here. The Honda is just a little bit shorter, looks like, than the Nissan. You'll also notice one other difference that I didn't mention before, but is a good thing about this kit. And I suspect this is something that Lego may have done because a lot of people want this. You can see here there are practically no exposed studs on this one. Just right here on this piece and kind of right there at the front, but pretty much no exposed studs on this. I saw a lot of people post about when this car came out how they didn't like the exposed studs on the hood, and there were a number of modifications for that. So the new Honda here has no exposed studs, but otherwise they look great together there. They're going to look great in your display. And then here is Dom's Charger. Right, so it's of course a little bit longer. I think it should probably be a little bit bigger in order to scale better with these other cars, but still looks good together there. Okay, so that was the Walmart exclusive Speed Champions Suki's Honda S2000. Overall, pretty great. I'm very happy to have gotten one, and I think it's cool. It does have a really good look to it, except that it is brought down pretty significantly for me by the stickers that don't match. Right, that kind of throws it off. I hope that that's just a quality control issue. I hope that everybody else out there who buys one, you know, you've got stickers that match closer. But if all of them are this color, then that's definitely a mistake on Lego's part, I think. If you look at this guy, right, so here on the side of this one, there's stickers on the side here, and they don't match exactly, but they're a lot closer. The gray on these stickers, I think, is a lot closer to the gray of the parts than the pink on these is to the pink of the parts, even though they're not perfect on here either. So, I don't know, Lego maybe needs to work on their sticker color matching a little bit. So that brings this one down for me a little bit, but as a huge Fast and Furious fan, I was super excited to get another Fast and Furious car, and very excited to get this one and put it with the rest of the display. So let me know in the comments if you have this one. Let me know if you have a real Honda S2000. Let me know what your favorite car in the Furious franchise is and which one you would like to see get the Speed Champions treatment. And other than that, we'll see you in the next review.